All right, Aquarius, welcome to your monthly horoscope for May of 2015. My name is Athen. Let's go and look at your chart for this month. So right on the 3rd, we've got the full moon in right on the cusp between Virgo and Libra, actually. And this is in your 9th house. So this is all about travel, expansion, adventure, anything that opens you up mentally, spiritually, or emotionally. Or physically, such as through traveling, things like this. Just seeing the open horizons, being optimistic. And this is all coming from both a culmination over the past 6 months where you had a new moon in your 9th house. So for those of you who've started something new in this area, maybe studying a philosophy or spirituality, things like this, it can come to a high point, a culmination point this early part of the month relating to those things. Now, over the past 2 weeks, it's also a culmination of, because you had the new moon in your 3rd house, of communications, of day-to-day sort of interactions and learning and teaching or writing, anything that's very mercurial and Geminian in nature. There's all 3rd house related things. Very motivating for you Aquarians. Your ideas are very motivating with that Aries on the cusp of your 3rd house. Balance is what it's all about. Balance this right brain expansion stuff with the more practical stuff that you've been dealing with and working with in terms of your communications. You don't want to go to any one extreme. This is kind of very practical, very scientific, very rational. This is very right brain, very expansive, very theoretical, very philosophical. So finding that balance between what you might consider the 2 hemispheres of the brain, but it's a high point of both. Okay, so reflect around the 3rd. Just use that energy. It's very positive energy for your 3rd house with your ideas of writing, whatever it is you're involved with. And that lunar energy will help you see, when it's full, help you see both parts of your life in those 2 areas very, very clearly. Now, on the 6th, we've got Venus changing sign. She's going into your 5th house down here. So Venus in the 5th is all about enjoying creativity, enjoying romance, enjoying passion, enjoying your self-expression, and especially involving relationships. So expressing yourself with your friends or your family or people in your life, your spouse, things like this, and maybe doing something creative with your friends or your relationships. And yeah, and it's very inspirational too. I think you're going to be very inspired and very passionate about the one-on-one connections in general. It's a very nice placement of Venus in Gemini, by the way, too. So while you are going to have a lot of emphasis here on your 4th house this month, relating to home, family, past, and your roots, the 5th house is for the whole month, from the 6th onward, you're going to have the opportunity to enjoy it. So maybe do some painting. Maybe, I don't know, whatever you do for a creative outlet, express yourself, have fun, tap into your playful side, dance, just have a good time, because Venus in the 5th is all about that. It's all about that. And you can really enjoy that. You can really connect to people, maybe meet some people along the way, etc. So all this energy about your 4th is shifting incrementally as the month unfolds. It started with Mercury already in your 4th house. So I think you guys are already thinking about the home or the family or the sentimental things, your emotional connections. And so now with Mars shifting in here on the 10th, I think you're going to be very motivated by home and family. Now, one thing I want to bring to your attention is Mars and the Sun, they don't like to be at the bottom of the chart. Okay, so they don't have their strongest strength. Okay, so if you're feeling a little bit like you don't have a lot of energy, and this can go either way, it just depends on your personal chart. But if you're feeling this, if you're feeling the low energy, just work with it nice and steady, nice and slow and steady. Mars and Taurus is just taking it, that nice, slow, grounded approach, because now they're going to start making their way up, these 2 very masculine planets, making their way up to the top of the chart. Okay, so they're on the upward trajectory. But don't rush into things, Make sure you're getting enough rest, going within, getting your emotional needs met, you're nurturing, these kinds of things, taking care of yourself, because, the energy is for that. And that's why the energy is low, in order to allow you to do that. But put energy into it, put energy into the domestic side of life. That's what you want to be doing in that very subtle way, you see. So that's going to be a shift for you around the 10th. And then on the 17th, we have the new moon. Now, the new moon is very interesting because it's happening right on the cusp between your 3rd house and your 4th house. So you're having another new moon essentially in your third house, but it's happening so close to the fourth that's going to be a blend of both, because you've already had the new moon in your third last month of communicating or of exchanges or of learning and teaching. So now, right on the cusp, it's still going to be about that, maybe a new beginning still relating to those things, but more having to do with the emotional side of life or domestic side of life. And there may also be some new beginnings relating to home and family and things like that as the lunar cycle unfolds. But around the new moon, it's not really a time of action, of pushing forward. It's a time of reflecting. And then as the lunar cycle unfolds, right around the 20th, especially then the sun will be in your fourth. That's when the energies will start to make more sense. You'll know exactly what it is you're involved with. And a lot of it, like I said, will be a mix between the third and the fourth. So maybe, how you can communicate more at home, communicate better with your family. Maybe something relating to like your past, as you're thinking about it, you're understanding more about it, things like this, you see. So it's a blend between the mental and emotional side of life. So you'll know it because you'll hopefully reflect around that time period, and the insights will slowly come to you as the lunar cycle unfolds. Then on the 18th and 19th, we've got Mercury going retrograde. Okay, it's going retrograde in your fourth house. All right, so this is where I think you're rehashing, redoing some things relating to some old ideas or anything you've been thinking about relating to home or family or past, your sentiments, things like this. So the key with the Mercury retrograde is you want to actually put in the work, put in the energy to, to treat it as a learning process. Actually do it. Actually do these things, whatever these ideas are. Now, of course, it's a retrograde, so be willing to make mistakes, but it's through those mistakes, not that you'll have them, but they might be there. It's through mistakes that we learn. Okay, so we have to be willing to make mistakes before we can even start the whole learning process. So be willing to and treat it, rehash some things, rework it, and you'll be learning a lot about this part of your chart, about this part of your life into June. And then when he goes direct in June, things will make a lot of sense, and you'll have learned a lot about that. On the 20th, that's when the sun goes into the fourth. So this is in the crescent phase of the lunar cycle. So this is when I think things are going to start to really illuminate about what these home and family related things are. Because the sun always shines that torch, shines that flashlight on that particular area. It's less like a flashlight, more like a torch in that area. And for you, it's the home and family and your past and your roots. So really seeing that, helping you understand and being very passionate about it. But again, it's the bottom of the chart. So work slowly, and it's all in Taurus, constructively, grounded, move forward step by step, because it's a long-term kind of an energy. Because in 6 months, your sun's going to be at the top of the chart, okay? And then you're going to have that full moon in your fourth. So it can be a culmination time of a lot of these new beginnings that maybe you're involved with relating to home 6 months from now, you see. On the 27th, we have Mercury going over Mars. This already happened last month in your third house. So I think last month you learned a lot about what motivates you communicatively, how to express yourself, communicate, exchange, what motivates you about your ideas or learning and teaching. Things like this. So now it's like very similar to that, but relating to home and family. All right. So again, you're learning about what really drives you, what really motivates you. And on the 27th, I think that can be a very significant understanding about that. Then on the 30th, it's what gives you passion, because Mercury will then go over the sun. And it'll be about what gives you passion about fourth house. All right. So all in all, Aquarius, this was a very general look. If you'd like a personal reading, do get in touch. Do check the website down below. If you're new to Sidereal, do check the website also, because it's different from your traditional Western astrology online. Do check out the weekly horoscopes for a detailed look, because again, this is very general. On the weeklies, I look at the aspects day by day, so check those out. And yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. All right, Aquarius, take care. See you next time.